Hello and welcome to another episode of MSU Inside Out alongside Josh Sandy. I am Jesse Rosvit. We're here with you for 2 more weeks, so we're closing down our spring semester, Josh.
Yeah, we have a great show ahead of us today. We're going to be talking about this weekend's events coming up with the athletic department. Chris Morkin will be talking to head hockey coach Wade Regier, and Bridget will be showing us the weather once again. But first, the ultimate game of tag known as Humans versus Zombies is set to begin Monday. Surrounding all campus buildings, Ashley Bush is live in the newsroom with Gemma Biasetto, who is one of the students who helped put this event together.
That's right, guys. I'm here with Gemma Biasetto, who is a student in the Public Relations Principals class, who organized this event. Thanks for joining me, Gemma.
Thank you for having me.
And why did you choose Humans versus Zombies for your class final project?
We all just kind of got together as a class, and we had a student in our class, Quinn Williams, who's actually an RA on campus, and he went to a college, UNM, University of New Mexico, and they played it on his campus, and they had like 500 people playing, so we wanted to kind of scale it down a little bit and try it out as our public relations project.
Great. And could you tell me what is the object of the game?
The object of the game is, well, there's humans and there's zombies, and humans wear a green bandana on their arm, and zombies wear a red bandana on their head, and the zombies try and tag the humans and turn them into zombies, and then the zombies that get the most tags, or AKA kills, wins like a grand prize, which I think is going to be a Best Buy gift certificate or something like that. And then the first 5 humans to make it through the end of the week, because it's a week-long event, we'll get assorted prizes from like gift cards and cash prizes and like food vouchers and things like that.
And can faculty and staff join in on the fun, or is it just strictly for students?
Oh, of course, it's for everyone. We've actually got about 10 teachers or faculty and staff kind of already signed up for it, so it should be exciting. See if we can get any more.
Great. I'm looking forward to teaming up against my professors and whatnot. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, so thanks for joining me today, Gemma. And if you want to participate, you can sign up in the Student Union Center today or tomorrow from 11 to 12:30 and 5 to 7. All right, thanks, and back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Ashley and Jesse. I'm actually already signed up for that, but I will not be revealing whether or not I'm a human.
You did earlier, so I do know what you are, but I won't ruin the surprise.
It's a mystery to you guys.
I still have yet to sign up for that. I gotta get to do that tomorrow. Moving into more about Human versus Zombies, we're going to go into campus news with Megan. Megan, I know you have more about that coming up, but also with our spring semester winding down, I know seniors are getting a little antsy. What do you have about that?
Yeah, I am a senior myself, so this couple of weeks is really getting to me. But with summer around the corner, students are hard at work for finals. One student in particular is going back to the drawing board. Matthew Maldonado has more.
With the semester coming to a close, students are hard at work for finals. As for Alex, he is not only preparing for finals, but also for his upcoming art exhibit.
I started working with imagery kind of representing identity in one of my classes, and it just kind of clicked where I put 2 and 2 together that our bodies are so attached to our identity, how we look, how tall we are, and so I started exploring options to use the body to express identity, and I kind of went from there.
Teaming up with another art student, this is his first time showing his work to the public.
On my end of it, I just saw an opportunity to display my work, and for me, I want to get discussions about my work.
What most people don't know is that Alex is actually a chemistry major.
I added the art major to kind of get away from the formalness of the chemistry, and so the art history is the closest formal thing I guess you can get. Honestly, the chemistry that I'll be using in my art is going to be probably like on a chemistry minor level, so if I get an opportunity with photography, I'm just going to leave my chemistry major as a minor, and then I'll graduate. I hope I can maybe freelance for a little bit, maybe get hired by a studio, just kind of getting myself out there right now.
This first show for Alex has proven to be an enjoyable experience, and he continues to work hard to further himself as a photographer. From KMSU Channel 19, I'm Matthew Maldonado.
The show opens at 62 Doors this Saturday at 7 o'clock p.m. A broadcasting class here on campus decided to put on a game to relieve stress for finals. Marcel Brunson has more on the story.
Mountain State University's public relations class is here to help students, faculty, and staff to prepare for the Humans vs. Zombies game across campus.
We were in our public relations class deciding what we should do for our final project, and it was brought up by Quinn Williams, one of the students, and he said they did it back at New Mexico where he was going to school, and we all kind of jumped on board with it. It was a good idea. We were like, hey, that sounds like fun.
The game looks to be a success already, with 132 people signed up to play in the first 2 days. It's also been a popular event on Yik Yak.
It's going to be taking place outside. You're safe inside buildings. You just got to move from class to class. It's just going to be fun and going outside and doing your thing from building to building. It's not going to take up any more time than the rest of your day does.
I'm safe to walk around campus today, but starting Monday, May 4th, I have to be on the lookout. Having finals around the corner, students can study in safe zones located inside any building on campus without fear of being tagged.
At the end of the week, we're going to have a big barbecue, we're calling it the senior evacuation. So it's a big barbecue blowout, and we'll also have free food. Cadova's going to be out there. There'll be a bunch of games that you can win stuff, tournament. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Sign up in the Beaver Dam until Friday, May 1st at 6:30 p.m.
The game starts Monday, May 4th and will go on until Friday, May 8th. For more information, visit the Facebook page Humans vs. Zombies MSU. Well, Josh, as you said, you are signed up for this. Are there any strategies that you have for the game?
You know, if I'm a human, I'm going to avoid people as much as possible. If I'm a zombie, I'm out for blood. And so I think it's going to be a really fun event, and I think it's cool that they're putting that on.
Definitely.
Thanks, Megan. All right, well, the final piece of the puzzle at Herb Parker Stadium is being put into place this weekend. Rick Hedberg is here with me. He's the Director of Athletics at Minot State. Thank you for being here, Rick.
Thank you, Josh.
And so, like I said, the final piece is the press box, and it's been a long process. We kind of started with the turf, moving to the scoreboard. Could you just kind of explain that process and maybe how glad you are that the press box is up and at 'em?
Yeah, you're exactly right. This has been a long process, but something, you know, if you want something bad enough, you stay with it and you try to get it done. And I'm really proud of where we're at. And there's a lot of people that did a lot of hard work along the way, including Dr. Fuller. He was really instrumental in that, so I want to recognize him. But started back installing the field turf in 2010, in the summer of 2010, and then at that same time we put the berm around the outside and new lighting, improved our lighting, and in 2012 we added the bleachers and replaced those, and that was a great addition, and the scoreboard at that same time, and then now the last piece, as we said, is the press box, and hopefully you get a chance to see it. It's really going to be a great facility and kind of complete that, really a bookend type of facility.
Yeah, and so the entire community is going to get a chance to see it this Saturday. We have some celebration events. Could you touch on those a little bit?
Yeah, our grand opening is this Saturday. We tied it in with our spring football game. This will be the last practice for the guys this spring. They've been through 14 practices thus far, and they'll have their 15th this weekend. And we're going to start off at 4 o'clock on Saturday with tours open to the public. We're doing a free clinic for kindergarten through 8th graders in both football and soccer on the turf at that time from 4 to 5. At 5 o'clock we'll have a short ceremony with a ribbon cutting ceremony taking place, and then 5:30 we have a free feed, a barbecue up in the press box, and then at 6 we have our spring game. That'll last about an hour and 15 minutes. So we got a full night plan there.
Sounds like a fun day. And we're kind of wrapping up our 3rd year now in the NSIC. What improvements have you seen from day one to what are some goals you have for these next coming years?
Well, it's a great league, as you know, running track and competing. So there's been, obviously some challenges along the way, but we're building that infrastructure and taking steps, and you're competing against schools that have been Division II for 30 years, and so we're getting there. It's some sports obviously do better than others, but It's been a good process. You know, we've had a lot of great things. You look at Kellen O'Keefe this year receiving really the top student athlete in all of, out of about 5,500 athletes in our conference. That's amazing to have really the top male student athlete. Really proud of Kellen. And so there's a lot of awards along the way that have been real rewarding for us and represent our school real well. So we're excited about where we're at.
Definitely. Well, thank you, Rick, for being here today. Coming up after the break, we're going to have more sports. Jesse's going to be talking to Marcel about the upcoming game on Saturday. We're going to have sports with Nolan. And as always, Bridget will be letting us know what the weather's going to be like.
Thank you to our underwriters.
Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports, located on South Broadway across from Walmart.
All-American Trophies, established in 1983, located on South Broadway for all your trophy and screen printing needs.
Art Main, women's clothing, accessories, and art supplies, located on Main Street.
Digital Office Center, offices located in Minot and Bismarck, provides a complete line of Xerox equipment, supplies, and other services.
MSU Hockey Club, the 2013 ACHA Men's Division I National Champions. Visit us online at msubeaverhockey.com or on Facebook and Twitter.
MSU Athletics Department, NCAA Division II, promoting good character and a positive experience. Red Rising.
MSU Red and Green, Minot State University's official student-run newspaper.
Midwest Oil Jobs brings employers, retailers, and other professionals from the Midwest under one roof to connect like-minded individuals.
Creative Property Management, over 45 years in managing properties and finding tenants the right home.
Be seen, be heard on the Alshire, Black Box, and Amphitheater stages. MSU Theater, where we tell the world's story.
MSU Art Department, stimulating creativity campus-wide by providing exhibits and art events.
Fiancé Bridal, located downtown Minot, and now you can shop online.
Pepsi of Minot, the local Pepsi Cola bottling company serving the North Dakota areas of Minot, Dickinson, Devils Lake, Bottineau, and Hettinger.
Rick's Jewelry, where you'll shimmer and shine.
Watney Realtors, full-service real estate agency handling residential, commercial, and investment properties. You can visit them online at minothomes.com.
Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, beer, located in the Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream. Good times to be together.
KCJB 910 AM, Minot's news and information station.
KIZZ FM Z94, Minot's only station for today's hit music.
97 Kicks FM, today's hot new country.
KZTR FM, Minot's rock station, 105.3 The Fox.
KMXA FM, Minot's best music mix, Mix 99.9.
Jacobson Music, family-owned music business with 3 retail locations in Dickinson, Bismarck, and Minot.
Beaver Brew Cafe, a coffee shop run by MSU students in the Beaver Ridge Plaza.
Minot Automotive, offering a superb selection of new 2014-2015 and used Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Toyota models.
Uncle Mattio's, a place where everything is fresh, from pizza dough that's made in store each day to locally grown veggies that are delivered every morning.
KRRZ 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KXMC, local news, weather, and sports.
Bridgeford Construction, licensed and insured for all your concrete needs, residential and commercial.
Ike Heatings, providing immediate sleep and furniture solutions for individuals, families, and commercial properties.
Welcome back to MSU Inside Out. Josh Sandy here alongside Jesse Rosfit. Jesse, it's been a great show so far. What's coming up next?
Absolutely. We're just still winding it down, about halfway through. We got entertainment news coming up right now, and I'm still going to come back, talk to Marcel about football. But for right now, Emily, I know it's a little tough time right now. We're our last probably gaming coming up right now. Right?
I know, I'm so sad about it. But first, we're going to talk about some free comic books this weekend. So with great power comes great responsibility. And this Saturday, comic book merchants will use this power to give back to their fans. Jay Lurvy has more on the story.
It's a way to thank loyal customers. It's a way to call back long-lost customers. It's a way to bring new customers in. The first Friday in May, comic book stores nationwide celebrate Free Comic Book Day.
It's just a good way to get new people into comics.
One of the stores participating in Free Comic Book Day is Original Comics and Collectibles, located on Main Street next to Rick's Jewelry. Well, beneath Rick's Jewelry.
I was big into comics and action figures and stuff like that, so I decided to open a store.
On Free Comic Book Day, he will offer over 30 of the 50 titles available, including Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Attack on Titan, and the much anticipated Secret Wars Zero.
Everybody's really excited about it because they're redoing the story, and I want to know what's going on because I haven't had a lot of experience in the past with most comics. So with the reboots going on recently, I can get into it again.
The first Saturday in May is a perfect time to support your local merchants. Head over to Original Comics and Collectibles or any participating comic book store and pick up your free comic book, as well as a thank you, welcome, or welcome back.
Come down and get your copy. It's going to be worth a read.
For KMSU, I'm Jay Lurvy.
Original Comics and Collectibles will be open at 10 Saturday morning and will stay open until 9 Saturday night. Well, I am sad to announce that you are about to watch the final Probably Gaming segment of the semester, but the good news is there is a lot of action going on in the gaming world this week, and Elizabeth Ham has more on game cancellations, announcements, and more that have just recently been released.
Well guys, it's official. The Silent Hill game that was announced last year is no longer happening. There had been speculation over the past month that the collaboration between Guillermo del Toro and Metal Gear Solid designer Hideo Kojima was actually going to happen. Unfortunately, the publisher came out with a statement this week saying that the project is no longer in the works. They did say, however, that they are still committed to future Silent Hill titles, so we look forward to future announcements. Also on the horror game front, Five Nights at Freddy's 4: The Final Chapter is on the horizon. Scott Cawthon officially dropped a teaser image on his website this week, and it looks like this game will be the last in the series based on the title, but we will have to wait and see. That's all I have for this week. You can check out more gaming news at probablygaming.com. Until next time, I'm Elizabeth Ham, and I'm Probably Gaming.
Again, that was the last Probably Gaming for the semester, but Elizabeth will have updates for you this summer. And speaking of summer and this nicer weather, I understand that you two are going to be talking about the spring football game this weekend.
Yes, Emily, we're going to talk a little bit about spring football, fall football, whatever you really want to.
Let's hear it.
Thanks again. I'm joined now by Minot State safety, the Marcel Brinson. Marcel, thanks for joining us.
No, thank you.
So like Emily talked about, we've had some pretty good weather, and you and I were talking a little bit earlier, best weather you've had being at Minot State into the spring season, right?
Oh yeah, hands down. This is my last year of football, and I haven't had any better weather yet. I mean, in the past it's been blizzards, snowing, rain, all that, but it's been beautiful.
Absolutely, and it has been pretty nice. I know you're from California, so you like the warmer weather. How's this helped you out into the spring?
Oh, it's allowed me to play great. It's actually allowed me to play fast, free. You don't have to worry about slipping or anything with the snow, so it's been a great time.
So we have the spring game coming up this Saturday, and like you mentioned, coming into your senior year, how much are you looking forward to just being a senior leader on this team?
I'm actually really looking forward to it. I feel like we have a great team right now. I feel like it's probably one of the best teams I've been on. I feel like we all play great together. I feel like we have a great family bond. I feel like our offense has been playing really well this spring, but of course I'm a defensive guy, so of course my job every day is to beat them. But our defense has been playing great. It's great to have coaches that's been here all year, so everyone's comfortable.
You mentioned your job stopping the offense, but your offense playing pretty good right now in spring right now. With the spring game coming up on Saturday, how much are you looking forward to just hitting the other guys?
I'm definitely looking forward to it. In our first scrimmage, the offense won. They actually scored a lot of touchdowns on us, but this past scrimmage last Saturday, we gave it to them. Defense definitely won, so on Saturday it's going to be a great battle.
Absolutely. We're definitely looking forward to it. And another thing we talked about earlier, you finally had that full year with the coaching staff. Last year's offseason and spring was a little mixed up, and now it's a little more set this year where you have the coaching staff that you had last year coming in. How much has that helped this spring?
It's definitely helped. It's just allowed everyone to be more comfortable and not be playing on their toes. It just seemed like last year with having new coaches, everyone's been trying to impress them and just worry about impressing instead of just playing hard and playing fun and playing for your team.
All right, last thing, I know last in the fall you had a few injuries, you missed a little bit. You good to go?
I'm good.
Absolutely.
Good.
All right, awesome. Can't wait to check it out. Again, Marcel Brinson, the Minot State University football safety. You can check him out on Saturday at the spring game at Herb Parker Stadium. Now we're going to shift into some more sports. Nolan, let's talk about baseball. The Orioles and the White Sox had an interesting turnout in yesterday's game.
Yeah, a little bit of history in Major League Baseball yesterday. Of course, at Camden Yards, they didn't allow any fans in, so that's the first game in history with nobody in attendance. But you know who else isn't going to have any fans in attendance if they don't change their ways? Our team right here on campus. They've been struggling a little bit as late, and as I mentioned, the Minot State Beavers losing streak continues as it grows to 8 games after 2 losses to the Minnesota Crookston Golden Eagles. Austin Zorn was on the bump in Game 1 and took the 4-2 loss after what started out as another solid start for the senior from Bismarck, North Dakota. The Beavs then dropped the second game 7-3, the bright spot being the home run blasted by Jordan Schultz, which tied the MSU single-season home run record. The Beavers will be back in action this weekend, but before we get into those games, let's take a look at the season past.
This team is different. With a common denominator.
Fun times at the ballpark, and as I mentioned earlier, you can head on down and have a fun time at the yard as the Beavs will take on the University of Minnesota Duluth at Corbett Field. First pitch Friday is at 1:30, and then for Saturday, which is senior day, the games will begin at noon. And with the semester winding down, one sport is firing up. Yes, it's that time of year again, the annual Minot State Spring Football Scrimmage. You can come on down to Herb Parker Stadium and get your first look at the 2015 Minot State Beavers football team, returning and new faces. Also, you can get the first look at the brand new press box and suites at the field. The game will take place this Saturday at 6 at the Herb. Spring football, spring hockey, second round of playoffs ready to kick off. Who do you guys got?
I would like to see the Wild, Flames, Lightning, and Capitals. I think it'll be a good semifinals.
I'm rooting for the Flames as well, so it should be interesting.
All right, thanks again, Nolan. Moving into more, a little bit about hockey. Actually, well, just someone that has to do with hockey. Wade Regier is standing by with Chris Morkin over in our other studio. They're actually going to talk about other stuff than hockey. They're going to talk about some recruiting stuff, so go ahead, take it away, Chris.
Thanks, guys. MSU hockey went 28-9-1 on the season, regular season, finishing third in the rankings, and made a deep run into the tournament, going to the semifinal rounds before being defeated. I'm here with head coach Wade Regier to tell me more about what happens in the offseason and what's happening right now. So, congratulations on making it to the semifinal round, first of all, but what are you doing for next season to make things better?
Well, you know, it's an exciting time for us. This is the busy time for recruiting, obviously, as being a big part of what we do. It's a nice advantage. This season is the first time in the 4 years that we have a very small recruiting class, only need about 4 or 5 players that we lost from last year. The other big part right now is finalizing our schedule. We're just trying to narrow down a couple dates, working with the Mesa Arena to make sure availability, and then work with flight schedules on a couple of their things on that. But all in all, behind the scenes, we're in full swing, and it gets to be pretty busy, that's for sure.
So what are kind of the big recruitments that you've gotten so far this season?
Well, we lucked out this year with a couple brothers. The Lipinski twins' younger brother, Kyle, has committed to us. Also, Jeremy Johnson, our leading scorer, his big 6'5" brother has also made a commitment. And we've also got a goaltender from Dakota College at Botno. So we really already 3/4 done our recruiting, and now it allows me to be narrowed down, be really aggressive on a couple kids, and then hope for a couple breaks for a couple misses at Division I. But for us, we're well ahead of schedule with recruiting, and certainly going to be an exciting time for us.
So what can people look forward to next year when it comes to the team? Are we looking for speed, size? What are we looking for?
Well, we're looking for more finish, I guess you could say. It's going to be more character and culture. You know, for our team next year, with everybody coming back, our expectation is win a national title, or it is a complete bust. And I think for our guys after this year, getting to the Final Four and having a good experience at that, it's going to come down to getting the job done and with high expectations, and that's kind of what we look for as a program.
High expectations and a deep run or nothing at all. Head coach Wade Gear thank you for joining me, by the way. Head coach Wade Gear says it all. Now I'm going to send it right back to you guys in the studio. Look forward to that weather.
Thank you, Chris. Coach Regier is always working hard, and I think it's going to be a great season next season once again.
Absolutely, looking forward to it.
And we have Bridget LaFontaine here with us today once again.
Yes.
You know, it's raining in the studio right now. We got some sprinkles outside. What's happening, Bridget?
It's just rain on rain. Let's get right on to it, you guys. And you know, there's only a slight chance of rain right now. It's only about 30%, but I feel like it's 100% because it is sure sprinkling here and in the studio. But currently it is 64 degrees in the Magic City. It is, again tonight, rather than that, we are going 40 degrees in Magic City, Williston 40, Dickinson 39. There are going to be clouds and increases showers throughout the nightfall. Looking on into Friday, though, it's going to be warming right back up, 70s all across the board. Grand Forks is going to be at 47, Fargo at 77 as well, Williston 75, Minot 76. Looking on into Saturday, again, it's warming up into the 80s, which has been the highest all year. Clouds are going to be rolling in and some scattered showers throughout the nightfall, but Sunday again is looking right back up, 60s, basically throughout across the board again. Sunny, Bismarck 67, Minot 66. The extended though is going to be warming up, 70s, and you know, it's going to be all right, fellas. There's slight chance of rain, but not too bad, so still good weather.
Well, we're definitely used to the rain by now. We've been sitting in it for about an hour in here, so I think we can get used to it. But it's nice to see that the weather's going to warm up and stay sunny.
Cloudy with a chance of rain.
Thanks, Bridget. Again, be sure to remember and be aware next week on campus, Humans vs. Zombies on the campus of Minot State University, so be aware for that. Song of the week for this week is Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. Be sure to have a great weekend. We'll see you next week on our final show of MSU Inside Out.
Billie Jean.